Hello, and welcome to our digital citizenship project for ED505. Our group chose the two topics of cyberbullying and digital rights. Here are our group members listed, and it's going to be our job today to talk to you about how cyberbullying and digital rights are a very important topic that we as teachers need to understand. We're going to cover the challenges that these two things present to our digital world, and then we're going to talk about the opportunities to overcome these challenges within this slideshow. Let's first begin with some guiding questions for our presentation. I want you to think about bullying for a second. Think about your experience with bullying when you were in high school. Have we as a society really seen the end of bullying? I know many of us, and myself included, think of the Hollywood's version of high school, where we have the jocks and the geeks and people being shoved into the lockers there. And we sometimes laugh at that because that's not really what we see in high schools today. And all of that is fine, but it brings to bear the question, though we do not see physical bullying anymore, have we really seen the end of bullying as a whole? Our group is going to offer an argument that we've not seen the end of bullying. Bullying has simply transitioned to what we call cyberbullying. We're also going to make the case that cyberbullying is actually probably worse than physical bullying because whereas one ends when a child goes home, cyberbullying follows the child everywhere they go 24/7. So think about this question. Have we really seen the end of bullying, or has it transitioned to something else? The second guiding question we want you to think about in this presentation is, our rights and responsibilities as citizens, not just in our physical society, but in our digital society as well. Think about every day in our physical world, how important it is that we follow our rights and our rules and our responsibilities. It's how we make society function. It's how we make sure that we are not hurting anybody and that we are producing something and benefiting society there. Well, if we have rights and responsibilities in a physical society, it only makes sense that we have rights and responsibilities in our digital society when we're online, using social media, surfing the internet, posting something, engaging in conversation. The second question we want you to think of, what are my digital rights and responsibilities? How do I know what they are? How do I implement them? Think about these two questions as we go through our presentation here. Stephanie Fredrick and her team produced a study in 2023 that our team wants to bring to your attention here and shed some light on these two issues, cyberbullying and digital rights. In 2023, their research found that 15 to 34% of students who participated in a study in middle school and high school claimed that they had been victims of cyberbullying. What's interesting is that almost 15% of students that partook in this survey research here said that they were the ones that perpetuating cyberbullying there. And I have to believe that when we look at this research here, that some students may not have been as true as others, that the number of those who have been cyberbullying is probably more than that of 34%. Cyberbullying is a big issue. It's something that's not going to go away. The more that our teenagers are connected to social media, the more they're going to be exposed to it there. But here is the scary or the shocking part about the research done by Stephanie Fredrick and her team. She reported that only 10% of teachers feel confident in addressing cyberbullying when it occurs. And that less than 10% of teachers even feel confident that they do not know how to manage cyberbullying, that they even feel confident in understanding what digital rights and responsibilities are while the children are on their digital tools there. These are very big challenges facing the reality of our classroom today. Here are some more challenges regarding cyberbullying and digital rights. While many websites and platforms may try to implement programs that detect cyberbullying, It is found by Discovery Data Science in 2022 that most of these programs are ineffective, that cyberbullying will always find ways to circumvent features that social media companies and other websites put out there. Another issue with cyberbullying is that it's very easy for these bullies to hide their identities behind their keyboards there, making bullying much more easier in some cases there. One of the issues with digital rights, again, is a lack of understanding what digital rights really are. Ribble in 2020 found the issue with digital rights starts with physical rights. Most people do not even understand their civic physical rights. Therefore, it's only understandable that it translates into the digital world that many people don't understand what rights and responsibilities they have on the internet as well. And I find it sad that this study found that people have been taught so poorly regarding their civic rights in the real world that they certainly don't understand them in the digital world. What do these challenges mean for us as teachers? What can we do to overcome these? Well, in the next few slides, our group is going to show opportunities and ways that we are overcoming these challenges today. Let's first address cyberbullying. If you look to the right of your screen, you will see the sweet young man, Jamari Terrell Williams, who killed himself because of the amount of cyberbullying he was facing in his life there. This was actually a very sad story. And if you're watching this presentation and you live in the state of Alabama, this child was a part of the state of Alabama here, and his parents are as well. Jamar Williams was a bright young man with a very bright future there, but because of the amount of cyberbullying that he received, he decided to take his own life because of the amount of bullying he was receiving there. The state of Alabama in 2021 took what happened to Jamari Williams very seriously there. And they passed what is called the Jamari Terrell Williams Act, Alabama Code Title 16. And what this act does is gives legal power and backing to us as educators to ensure that what happened to Jamari Williams here does not happen again. If you look at the first box, you'll see a line from line 20 found within this act that says, no student shall engage in or be subjected to bullying, intimidation, or violence. They're not going to be subjugated to that at school-sponsored events, on buses, or anything like that. But read the last part of line 20. It says, this act includes all forms of bullying, including cyberbullying or written. Now, this is very important for us as teachers to understand. Our state and many other states have given us the legal power and backing so that when we see cyberbullying happening, that we can give consequences for it there. And it doesn't just stop at the Board of Education or our superintendent. It goes all the way up to our state legislator there. That our state has empowered us to that when we see this form of bullying, we can stop it with proper consequences there. And I believe that that's very good to make sure that something that happened to Jamari Williams never happens to another student again. Another potential resolution to cyberbullying is found in the very important case of Hilltop County in Virginia. Now, this is a school board located in the state of Virginia who has taken cyberbullying very seriously, and they have started to do the following things with their teachers. They are now providing cyberbully faculty training. They are conducting school-wide surveys to explore who knows what that of cyberbullying. They're providing online methods for teachers to have access to cyberbullying data, and they are also giving them the resources necessary. We cannot expect teachers to be able to combat cyberbullying if they don't have the proper training and the proper resources. Hilltop County, Virginia, is one of many school systems that are setting the proper example in overcoming the challenges that cyberbullying prevents by educating their teachers on how to deal with this, how to detect it, and the resources used in stopping it and providing consequences for it there. These are all great steps in the right direction. One more way that we are seeing an opportunity to overcome cyberbullying is through artificial intelligence there. I know as teachers, we hear the word artificial intelligence and we get kind of scared because we know that our students are using it. We know that it gets a little bit harder each and every day to detect what papers are written by someone. But I take the view, and our group takes the view here, that AI is something that teachers should be positive in about. Because AI can do many things for our classroom, and it's also been found that AI can be a solution to cyberbullying. It was found through studies in 2021 and 2022 by Smith and Jones that artificial intelligence could not only detect cyberbullying, detect when the bullying was taking place, but could also locate the source of the person who posted it there, removing this idea that their identities can be hidden there. And this is huge news for us as teachers there, understanding that AI could very much help us in fixing one of the biggest problems that face our classroom there. Now, what about opportunities regarding those of digital rights? Digital rights has many opportunities and many things going in the right directions to overcome the lack of knowledge with it. First off, one of the biggest opportunities that we see here is that we are now seeing institutions make it a priority through professional development, personal training, and faculty meetings and online resources to educate teachers on the rights and responsibilities they have while engaging in online platforms there. If you read the bottom box here, it says additionally, digital citizenship education can empower individuals to evaluate information critically, reduce the spread of misinformation, and enhance digital literacy there. You see, rights and responsibilities are very important while we're using these online tools here, these online platforms, because not only can it make us smarter, it also helps prevent things like cyberbullying. When we look at some opportunities for digital rights, one that our team has found here is an actual framework in understanding what rights I have as a citizen online and what my responsibilities are. Understanding the basic rights you have matter because knowledge of these rights can help prevent situations in cyberbullying. Here's a brief summary of the framework that we found. Now, this framework was produced by Gallego and his team in 2023, talking about entrepreneurship online, but it applies to the digital rights that we as citizens have. First off, we need to make sure that our students understand they have the right to information and freedom of expression. It's important that our students understand that they have the right to express their opinion in the appropriate manner there. Next off, our students need to understand that they have the right to digital safety. Our students need to understand that as they are protected by physical laws, they are protected by digital laws. The Jamari Terrell Williams Act is just one of several laws that exist to let our students know they have legal power protecting them while they are online. And if that is violated, consequences can occur. Number three, they also need to understand they have the right to digital education and how this education improves citizen skills on many levels, including their cognitive and development there. By accessing the information on these digital platforms, they become smarter. It's something that's a very good resource and tool that our students need to have there. Gallego and his team says this framework categorizes the main digital rights. He says these digital rules will help prevent and handle possible situations related to violations, that this can help prevent things like cyberbullying and help make a better environment there. Our physical society only functions when we as citizens follow the rules that have been set. A digital world is no different. For our digital world to function properly, our students need to know these rights and they need to know these responsibilities here. So let's conclude from this presentation here. We know that the world that we live in today is a digital one. These digital tools can be used for good when responsibility and proper care are considered. The challenges to our digital world include the following. 30%, and I would be very safe to say more, of our students every day claim that they are being cyberbullied. That's almost 1 out of 3 every student is being cyberbullied, and it's probably more than that. We know that for previous programs, it's been hard to detect cyberbullying, and without proper training and resources, it's even harder to combat it there. We know that many students do not even understand their physical rights, let alone their digital ones. And lastly, the biggest challenge facing these two things is that many teachers have not received the proper training. However, what are our opportunities to overcome these challenges? Let's quickly review. AI has been found to be a great tool in detecting cyberbullying. We see that educational institutions such as Hilltop County, Virginia, and many other are now trying to give resources that teach teachers how to combat this here. The Jamari Terrell-Williams Act brings legal power and backing to us as educators to stop cyberbullying. And lastly, we know that frameworks already exist in helping prevent misuse of our digital world. We just have to educate our students on them there. We thank you for watching this presentation. Here are the references used for this presentation in our group.